What's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and talking about the version 1.6 special live stream, as well as what we possibly could expect inside of the 100-day anniversary. If you guys are interested in this, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. We're going to be going over countless different things as well here, and hopefully some of these things can come true. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as we all know, the 100-day celebration is now coming up onto the game here, and this is a huge deal, seeing that the last time that we did something like this for Netmarble was in Grand Cross, and they usually take their 100-day celebrations pretty darn nicely. We had like outfits, we had a cool celebration anniversary outfit for Elizabeth, which was very limited at the time here for Grand Cross, and I do expect us to see something somewhat similar when it comes down to Origins itself. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and look at is their page on, of course, Twitter, which you guys should see pop up in 2 seconds being now. What we have right here is obviously the live stream. They announced this about 4 hours ago, saying that, hey, we got some special guests coming along here, cosplayer coming along here as well, being the 100-day live stream. Now, this is a huge deal, of course, no matter what, because we're going to see some new things happening on the said 23rd, which is going to be very, very cool, seeing that the update most likely is going to happen on the 25th. But there are a few things that we know that is already going to be happening. With all the little sneak peeks and stuff like that, we already know it is going to be a summer update itself. We can go ahead and pause that real quick because that was very loud. We can see that it's going to be a summer update itself here. That obviously is going to have their little fun things here, right? But with the summer update, they've been slowly teasing us with certain outfits that are also coming along with this here, being like outfits for Elizabeth, outfits for Manny, and then one, if I'm right, for Clotho as well. We are going to be seeing another piece of this on the 17th. Currently it's the 16th, so we'll have another piece at the top as well. And then the last piece on the 23rd, which is going to be when they show off the whole stream itself here. But the main thing is with that is also going to be the live stream. This is just showing off the outfits, so we can already deduct a few things here that's going to be happening. Either all three of these outfits are going to be paid, or either two of them are going to be paid, most likely Clotho and Elizabeth, and then Manny most likely might be free. I suggest that being their main go-to thing that's going to end up happening here, because then people at least are going to get something out of the deal, and then of course you can always get the other two from paying, or maybe give one out during the event. It would be pretty darn cool to give people some incentive to actually play here. But alongside of this, it is summer themed. Now, summer themed is going to be fairly interesting, because that means they're going to have some type of way to play with folks here. I think I've been seeing around the park like some folks actually talking about there's going to be a racing game mode or something like that, which would be pretty cool. But alongside of that is going to be the release of Elizabeth's banner, which is a huge deal as well, seeing that Elizabeth is hugely valued on the other side of the community as well here, being a really cool character. Now, I've seen my fair share of things when it does come down to the 100-day celebration, especially regarding Elizabeth, that she does have a revive and stuff like that or something like that, but unsure if that is all true just yet. If it is, it would be pretty darn cool, and I think it could help out a lot of people when it comes down to doing the raids. But that's personally how I see it. Alongside of this here, we have some thought processes on the new time and space stuff that's going to be coming out, which is always going to be pretty darn cool. Now, they did an AMA announcement. I'm unsure if anything really came out of it for the summer update itself here, but apparently there's going to be a couple things that we're going to see. A new type of story update. Once again, we see the little racing flag in the background, otherly supporting the option that there might be races inside of this as well. But people were also saying, according to the roadmap that we got, we should be getting a knighthood update. So with the stream that they're ending up posting, or they're going to end up posting as well here, I'm hoping to see something about some knighthood stuff that would be pretty darn interesting to look at. Another thing that I do want is more pets inside of this. I recently started hardcore grinding pets. This thing is the devil itself, because it keeps juking and jiving you, which thinking does suck here as well. But it is pretty darn interesting. I would like to see them actually start doing some more multiplayer stuff as well. The raid was the best thing about this, but if we go ahead and look at how this update really was here for 1.5, we had raids, we had lots of quality of life stuff, but that was our primary function. Instead of anything else here, we've been just kind of vibing here. I want to say, like, my keys, I've just been kind of storing these guys, in which I want them to showcase something revolving like keys or different functions, especially when it comes down to more of our quality of life stuff or more of our dungeoning stuff, because keys now, there hasn't really been a need to utilize them as much. I've been really just going in here for my keys saying, all right, well, I'm not grinding today, let me go ahead and just like take some of these bundles here, switch them on over, and then they go in my back pocket for the rest of the day. And I think that's one of the things I want to hear them talk about, because if we even look at some of the dungeons here, we only have Capital of Dead, which really isn't that crazy to farm in general, and then the Mastery and the Gold dungeons. Since the other 3 dungeons are being reworked into raids, there hasn't really been much in here to really do. So I am hoping that the event not only is just going to bring some cool stuff that are multiplayer related, but somehow we can get some dungeons added back on in here in order to really prep for this here, or in order to actually have some other fun things to do. Granted, boss challenge wise, this dude is pretty darn fun to farm, but right now I've only farmed a decent bit to make everyone's sets. I think I have 1 set of every character just to prep for their future engravement sets here. And then I haven't really touched this boss at all. And then ever since the rest of the time, yes, we do have these little achievements, which are always nice, but honestly, I can do this at any time, at least any given moment in time. So I haven't really been in a rush to do them just yet. But same time, more or less, this was more of a quality of life update itself here that was pretty darn decent, in which inside of the 1.6 update, I really do hope they really put their like foot down and actually start updating some of the actual content that are inside the game, which I think a lot of people are going to value if they do so. Now, with that in the way, I want to be a little bit specific on what I actually want here. Quality of life stuff, or at least content that I want to see during this said 100-day thing. We need more multiplayer content, so the racing thing would be great, and then at least a sneak peek into some of the little bobblehead PvP would be awesome. If you guys didn't know, there was a PvP thing that was planned here, and it was like a more or less fun little event than PvP, where you would run around with bobbleheads, have these little magic orbs, and just toss them at each other. I would like that to end up coming in, or at least hear something about it, because there are things apparently that was in the files that showed like rankings and stuff. That'd be cool, because then it can also help us out on some of these star fragment deficits that people were complaining about. Another thing with the racing is already a cool thing as well, because that's something that's good for at least the overall multiplayer aspect. And then the dungeons. Dungeons is just a huge thing for me. I love that we have gear sets currently, but honestly, the only gear set that is here that a lot of people are trying to grind at the moment is the raid gear set. And with the low drop rate of the raid itself here with some of these, you can really only guarantee yourself 1 piece every time, and that's going to be for beating all of these guys. So you'll be able to guarantee yourself at least 1 piece, while the other pieces are purely off of chance. So it's kind of a little bit saddening there to at least say something like that, or at least show something like this here. As you see, we can only get the 30% for our greedy ruler necklace. We have a 30% for the ring, and then a 30% or 50% for the ruler belt or ruler boots, which is pretty interesting as well. Which I kind of want them to slowly add in more gear sets themselves, not only to incline people to grind on specific dungeons and more, but they have to make more of these dungeons anyways, but also to try and make things a little bit more diverse. Currently, with the gear sets that we do have out right now, there isn't a lot of things that really make things diverse. It's kind of like, okay, we know this gear set's good. We have the Life's gear set that's good, the Jet Black gear set that's good for Meliodas, and everyone else is kind of in that limbo area. I want some more creative like gear sets that we can actually have. And then please, for the love of God, before we close out the video, one of the most things that is a quality of life thing that I think I need them to just do immediately, that hopefully 1.6 is going to actually showcase us, is loadouts, brother. And I mean team loadouts too. I've been rocking with the same 5 slots for ages, which this is honestly very annoying. Like, we need team loadouts, we need gear loadouts, and I really am hoping that in the upcoming, at least, thing that's going to happen here, the live stream that's going to happen, we're able to at least get gear loadouts and team loadouts minimum, because there's so many characters that I've been just taking gear off of, placing them back on, taking gear off of, placing them back on, and it is a very annoying process. But you guys let me know what you want to see inside of the game itself. Are y'all excited for the 1.6 update? Are you not excited here? I'm very interested to see what's really going to happen. But Till then, everybody, thank you for watching and peace on out.